Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Captain Swan podcast, episode 93, discussion for the seventh episode of the sixth season of Once Upon a Time called Heartless. Uh, I'm Michelle, to the end of the world or time on Tumblr, and these are the people with me today.
Hi, I'm Lisa, and I'm you. You brought me home.
Hi, I'm Mai, and I'm Allison Swan.
Hi, I'm Roms. I'm Aloha Forever.
Hey, I'm Ro, and I am RG Vortex. I'm sorry. I'm I'm getting mixed up. Oh, wait. I know. This episode made me feel so nostalgic that it made me remember my old URL.
All right. Should I go now?
Yeah, go to Shannon.
All right. Are you? All right. I'm Shannon. I'm on your helm.
All right. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this episode? Mai, go ahead.
8.5. I removed 1.5 point because of that. No.
Because of that.
We've got a question about that, so we'll talk about it later. Lisa,
I would say roughly about an 8. Yeah.
Rams,
I would say 8.
Ro,
8's about right.
Shannon.
I'm going 7.
All right, I'm gonna agree with Mai and give it an 8.5 because of that thing
That thing.
that we'll talk about in a little bit if we can do it without vomiting. Okay, so our first question is about snowing, which this was a snowing episode that actually made sense once we figured out what they were doing. Yay! So Hooked on Killing for Life 28 asked, question for the next podcast, what did you think of the new snowing true love kiss twist, and how do you think it will be resolved?
Okay, can I go first?
Yes, Mai, go first.
Well, nobody was talking, so.
He jumped.
I'm opportunistic, if anything.
Well, I have a theory, and my theory is kind of long and involved, so you go
I know.
first.
I know your theory, too. Okay, I like the idea. Well, I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I like the idea of Henry and Emma being the ones that break the curse. Like, Emma kissing Charming and Henry kissing Snow. Emma and Charming just, like guys know I'm a big Emma and Charming fan, so that would like excite me on some levels. Henry and Snow kind of fits because Snow gave him the book that started it all. Kind of like make full circle. So that's my theory.
Okay, Lisa, what did you think of the twist?
I thought it was kind of heartbreaking. And weirdly enough, refreshing at the same time, because we've been going on for a while about how these true love kisses and sleeping curses seem to be overdone and rehashed and, seeing the same thing over and over. And this, I guess they must have finally taken that to heart, because they did it, but they did with a much like a newer twist that all the same emotions that you felt when we first saw her go under the sleeping curse back in season 1. So I didn't think that they could engender that again after so many years now of them doing the same shit over and over, but they somehow managed to pull it out. I don't know how they're going to fix it. I mean, it would be too easy for Emma to kiss them both, obviously. So it must be some other way, I guess.
Like I said, that's why Emma and Henry.
That would be too easy. The queen has to have thought of that.
Okay.
She has to have thought of that.
Okay, Shannon.
Yeah, I kind of. I get what they're playing. The only thing I did like was the glass coffin, bringing that back, because I I've been waiting for that. Like I knew it was down in like the elevator shaft from season 1 that like they showed that. So I like that. But the whole curse, I'm kind of like, okay, I don't know how they're going to solve this. And usually I have one speculation, but I have nothing. And I don't think it's going to be a kiss because they already just kind of, it's just too easy, like Lisa said. And I think they already like, yeah, I think it either like the queen has to die or something else will happen. At first I thought that Snow was going to be in a different land because we had spoilers of Jenny not being around later.
That's what I thought too.
I thought she'd be in a different land, and then they're like separated, and she's under a curse. But they actually did that in season 2 too, so they probably wouldn't want to do that again. So it was a little bit different, but yeah, it was a good twist, I guess. It was not spectacular, but it was okay.
Rams, what did you think?
I thought it was a really clever twist. I mean, so far the evil queen has not been very menacing, so I thought that it was good to ramp that up and, bring it back to the original evil queen. It was definitely reminding us of how she used to be, so I like that. And as far as breaking the curse goes, I think Emma's definitely going to have a role in that. But I don't think it's going to be simple like a kiss. I think their hearts may have to be put back together, and maybe one of them will temporarily die or something. So I think there's going to be a twist.
Okay. Here's my question though. Well, I'm gonna let Ro give his thing, but here's my question: with the when the evil queen took the hearts out, shouldn't Charming have just dropped dead right then?
Yes.
Michelle, watch it.
I know. Like they can't kill Charming. Like they've already defeated. But it just
asking too much of stuff.
that was the first thing I thought was as soon as she takes the heart out, Charming's gonna drop dead because his was already crushed. What are you doing, show? But okay, Ro, go ahead. What did you think of the twist?
Well, it's good that at least Snow now has a legitimate reason for ignoring Emma.
Oh dear.
Oh, I love you.
Good dog, that wasn't a sleeping curse excuse.
So Emma walks through the door and she's like, "Hold on, I gotta kiss Charming and go to sleep." Something.
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to talk to you, Emma. That's the best way to avoid someone.
Yeah, I'm under a sleeping curse.
Sorry,
A white conflict.
it's my turn. He was under for 12 hours. Now it's my turn.
Oh my gosh.
I will say,
so
I want to say something.
Yes. Go ahead.
The cinematography was gorgeous in that scene. How it cut back from the original scene to this scene, I was like, "Oh, feel nature getting major heights right now."
And can I also just say that even after all this time, the snowing theme still gets me.
Yes.
FYI. Okay, so here's my. Shannon sort of hit on my theory a little bit ago that basically, since the evil queen and Regina are the same person, and they've established that the other way to break a curse, other than true love, is for the person who cast the curse to become deceased. Mm-hmm. That Regina is finally going to have to be self-sacrificial and actually die. Like it'll kill two birds with one stone. It'll save Snow and Charming from the sleeping curse business, and it will get rid of the evil queen. Now, I'm not saying Regina's going to stay dead because clearly the writers love her too much. Mm-hmm. But her dying and making that choice would enable her to, for a few moments, walk in Emma's shoes and understand exactly what Emma gives up every time she has to, go back and help Regina with a failsafe when they could just let Regina die and everybody would have been safe, but no. Or when Emma took on the darkness for her. It's like those are the other two times that she's had this chance to be this self-sacrificial person and she got bailed out by Emma. So what if Emma can't bail her out this time? What if this is the only way to get rid of the evil queen?
It's the only way. You know why? Because if you already know that didn't she actually ask Emma to kill her? She should have offered to die this time too, right? That's because she didn't even offer. If she had offered, then no need to sacrifice.
Okay. So we actually have a couple of questions about this Regina sacrificing herself stuff. So since we're talking about it, I'll just do them.
Okay.
Um, let's see. The first one is from Anonymous. Has anyone taken bets on what episode it'll be before Regina admits separating herself from the evil queen was a major fuck up? My guess is
No.
episode 22 at this point. I can't believe she just stands there while Stowe and Charming are willing to have their hearts crushed. And this isn't her fault at all. And why the hell is she not one step ahead of the evil queen? They're the same person. She should know exactly what annoying things she's going to do next. She has single-handedly once again screwed up everyone's lives. And the other one is also from Anonymous. Regina was just going to stand there and let Stowe and Charming sacrifice themselves for the town. Meanwhile, she holds the key to end the evil queen right there and fix all the mistakes she made since splitting herself. She could have sacrificed herself. It just goes to show how selfish she still is. And she is still not a hero and has not come far at all. Emma, Killian, and the Charmings have all sacrificed themselves for the town, but Madame Mayer wouldn't dare. How do you think? Do you think that may happen later on to show some growth?
I hope so.
Well,
I mean,
now that I think of
don't
that,
think it will, but hope.
well, now that I think of your theory, I'm wondering.
Yes.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Looking at behind the scenes spoilers, Regina could be dead when she's with Robin Hood. She could be a ghost. Everybody's been thinking that he's been a ghost, but what if she just goes through this purgatory thing where she's like, kind of, it's a wonderful life. This is what the life would have been. This sort of kind of deal where you're not alive anymore.
It would explain why he's in Storybook Quilt.
Well, I couldn't understand why he was in, other types of. But did Regina interact at all with any of the people? The cat, like.
I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't look that closely at the
me neither.
photos.
I saw that they were all the pictures coming out all clean. I was like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, these are the spoiler photos for 11 that we're talking
Yeah,
about.
I think 11. Yeah, because the Charming thing is Charming.
Yeah,
Captain Charming is 12.
Yeah, Captain Charming is 12, where Robin is still there and hanging out with the sheriff.
Yeah, that's the thing I do not understand at all.
I don't get that.
He's in modern clothes too. It's sort of like no one gave us a breakdown on what actually the scene was. I just saw pictures, but
yeah, I don't know.
I'm confused still.
But yeah, honestly, back to the question. I was gonna say something. Oh right, I would love for Regina to sacrifice herself, especially because, and for somebody to admit that the whole evil queen thing are still Regina's feelings, so they have to acknowledge that deep down she still wants revenge and Snow. Deep down, these were still her actions, so they can't. And they made a point with that with Jekyll and Hyde, saying, "Oh yeah, they're the same person, they're the same emotion." So, no.
Well, I mean, she's already figured that out. The Hyde episode. It's already been said. You have to die if you want the evil queen to die. Yet she's still going on,
but
acting
she still stood there and watched while Stowe and Charming.
I know, it's like
their heart.
Well, you're not very heroic. You're not very heroic after the fact. You have to be like.
That's the thing. It's Regina could have said to Stowe and Charming, "No, this is my fuck up. I'm going to fix it," and actually force them not to do the thing. But she again just stood there and let them. And that's the thing that bugs me, because she doesn't have to let these people continue to bail her out for her fuck ups.
Yeah, she's still not heroic at all, despite the split.
Lisa, what do you think?
Yeah, I see it a lot too. I really wish that she had learned something from everything that she's been through and all the loss that she's had to face, but I think she's one of those types that you could beat her about the head with a 2x4 and she still would not see the bigger picture. She's been all about herself for so long, and that kind of comes from, not to lay blame elsewhere, but for what it is, that some of that kind of comes from being brought up by Cora. Cora was a very selfish, self-centered person, and everything in her life, even the way she raised her daughter, was all about her. So she kind of learned that that's what you have to do, that you have to look out for nobody but yourself, because nobody else is going to care about you but you.
Mm-hmm.
The only spot of brightness in that nobody cares about you world of hers is Henry. I mean, she's slowly but surely letting other people in, like Robin, but she still hasn't recognized that you have to make those sacrifices, and you can't call, oh, my boyfriend died as a sacrifice, because you got him, or my boyfriend went to New York with his wife. That's not a real sacrifice, because like 9 weeks later he came back. Okay, so it's not really, it's not in the same level as what like Killian did, sacrificing his life and then going down to the underworld and being tortured with an inch of his soul, to make sure that the darkness didn't destroy the entire town. That's not on the same level, but she can't seem to see that.
Well,
Hopefully she will. I'm thinking that when she realizes, when she thinks she gets Robin back, because from what little Sean has said, and he has said very, very, very little, he says that Robin is Robin, but not quite. Like, he's different. And I think he's going to be different in a darker way. I think it's going to be a Robin that's not the best version of Robin.
Oh, please, baby Jesus, can they please tell us
fair,
what
he
this
was
terrible
never the
thing he
best
did
version of
is?
Robin.
Because I would love to know.
Like she's going to think, oh, this is great. This is the best life that I could possibly have. I have, Robin back. Everything's hunky-dory, but it's not quite the way she thinks it is. I think I'm hoping at the end of the day, when she realizes that the life she thought she wanted is not what she wanted, that hopefully she will make that sacrifice. She will realize that the only way there is no other way. Emma can't do it. Nobody else can do it but her. She's the only one that is going to be able to make that decision to take the queen down. No one else can.
This is like
I don't know if she will, but I hope she will.
This is like battle for life point. The battle for life.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said in my post, Emma and Regina are foils. We all know this. And now they've set it up so that both women are facing their own mortality. Emma, with these visions, she thinks she's going to die. And now Regina knows that the only way to definitively take down the evil queen is for her to die. And we suspect from spoilers, which we will get into later because we've got a question about that, that it might be possible for Emma to avoid her fate and, not be killed by a crazy hooded figure. And so if Emma lives, the foils, dichotomy kind of says that Regina's got to die.
Mm.
Oh, can I think? I think this also that we're gonna see tomorrow. So the way for Adam and Eve to shut Swan Kingers up from whining itself, just give them what they want and they can shut up.
I only caught half of that.
Yeah. We're breaking up really badly.
Okay.
Question?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
we can
I
hear
can
you.
hear my.
Ro, what do you think about this whole Regina thing?
I have no expectations whatsoever.
You rolled the
Surprise
smart
me.
one.
Lower them.
But-
Lower the.
But yeah, it seems to me like Regina's not the only one who needs to acknowledge that splitting her from the Evil Queen was a bad idea, because Snow was just on board with it.
As was Emma, and that's an excellent point.
Well, I mean, even Zelina's called her out like multiple times, and she said nothing about it. She didn't say like, "Yeah, that was wrong," or like, she just stood there and just like, she backlashed Zelina of all of her faults, opposed to admitting she's wrong.
That's because Regina's incapable of admitting she was wrong. It's just not
Yet.
how she's wired. Okay, anybody
Just
else?
like with
Yeah.
the author, she wanted an easy fix.
Oh god.
Mhm.
And it's never been like that for, I don't know, for Emma or Killian when
Or
they have to
Charming.
face their darkness.
No.
Well,
Very, very true. Is
And
any-
remember how she figured it out in the last second? for the other thing, and then allowed Rumble to steal it. He's an idiot.
True.
So does anybody else have any thoughts about Regina and maybe
Yeah.
dying?
I don't mind because I'm the one here.
I feel like if their plan is elaborate enough, they might actually be able to get away with doing harm to Regina to get rid of the queen, and yet still saving Regina at the same time. They have enough magic between them that if they were to do enough harm to Regina, take out the evil queen as a result, and then bring Regina back, it's been done. It's not like it hasn't been done.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that even if Regina does, air quotes, die long enough to like get rid of the evil queen, they're clearly not. The writers are clearly not going to have her stay dead because they love her too much. Regina is their self-insert. They're going to find a way to bring her back from the dead. Let's all be real. But I'm saying that this would give her a chance. She's always, whining about, she's a hero now, but she doesn't really get what it's like to be a hero. She doesn't really get what it's like to be Emma and have to sacrifice sacrifice over and over and over again for these people. And so that this would give her a chance to walk in Emma's shoes for, 5 minutes and realize, oh, wait, I've been kind of a bitch and maybe I should stop.
I'm gonna die of happy feels when that moment comes.
Okay, so we've got a couple questions on Captain Swan.
Yay!
Well,
Okay, there's no need to like celebrate. They're not that impressive.
I mean,
because we didn't get a whole lot.
Captain Swan podcast.
All right, these are the Captain Swan questions. Anonymous says, question for the next podcast. Do you think that maybe Captain Swan's true love could be a part of helping Snowing with her new true love problem? Just a thought. What do you think?
Didn't we answer that?
We did sort of. I mean, here's the thing that I think is weird. That they literally had Killian sit there and say to Emma, "You are born of Snow and Charming's true love. You break curses because you're made of true love." And then they curse Snow and Charming.
Yes.
So, like, why are you highlighting these two things in the same episode?
Like, it was very
There has to
obvious
be a
the
reason.
foreshadowing.
No, I thought they were highlighting it because they just showed the iconic moment in the pilot, and they just showed it later on in the episode. He was telling the story of the exact same curse that happened 10 seconds ago.
No, I think Michelle's point is that he brought up the fact that she could break curses. So I feel like it's foreshadowing, right?
Exactly.
That's what I said. It's a weird, very obvious foreshadowing. Like, they're not.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, it's so obvious. I don't think it's the fact. I thought it was just more on the fact that he was.
I mean, I would love it, but I don't think they're that clever.
I think it was foreshadowing because the reason they put that fact there, that it was, he believed she could break a curse. He didn't say that, I believe you can be a hero or you're not going to die. But why did he have to use the word curse? The vision is not about a curse.
Exactly. And when he told that story, Snow and Charming had not been cursed yet.
Mm-hmm.
That story was before they were cursed.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly they're caught up in this problem where they're sharing Snow's heart, and Snow's heart has been, hit with a sleeping curse. And only one of them can be awake and the other one has to be asleep. And which is, kudos to the Evil Queen for finally coming up with the actual threatening, cruel way to separate Snow and Charming. Yay for you. But it just seems weird. And even if it's not this curse, it could be another curse somewhere. I mean, there's the theory that's still floating around about Captain Swan getting put under a sleeping curse. So
that was a surprise. We all thought Emma was going to go under a sleeping curse.
Yeah, it just seems weird to me that they would have Snow and Charming get cursed in the same episode where their daughter, who is literally born of their true love, is that they remind her that she's born of their true love and can break curses.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed odd.
Especially when you consider that it would be very easy for Emma to walk over to them and just kiss them both, and boom, they wake up. I mean, when the evil queen did this, you know she's smart enough not to put the curse on them and leave them such a open out. Saying, "Oh yeah, you got
Is
the
she
product of true love right
is
there.
she-
Bing bang boom done." I mean, she's not that stupid.
I think you're
She's
giving the
not.
evil queen too much credit.
She's too
This
smart
is
for
the
that.
same person who keeps using minions rather than just. She could have just killed Snow and Charming right there.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
She didn't.
she's not that smart. I mean, this is the smartest thing she's done in ever. But I'm pretty sure this
But
peak
here's the
smartness.
thing: she's working with Rumpel, so how do we know Rumpel didn't come up with this idea?
That's
She's
probably
just carrying it out.
Honestly, that makes a lot more sense. Because
Remind me, Michelle.
I mean, it's not out of the question that she would take credit for something Rumpel came up with. Let's all be real.
And there's a lot more. Now that you say it, it makes more sense. Because it's totally a Rumple-like plan.
Rumple
Like,
does
in
have a
research-
plan. It's going to parallel again because he used the evil queen to do something to get his son back. Now he's using the same kind of concept to make sure his son doesn't think he's a dick. So he's doing the same thing. I think he's doing the same thing. He's either leading the evil queen in some way, we don't know yet, but he always likes to manipulate someone else's plan for his own gain.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's going to be the same thing. It's not for Bagel Fire, but it's going to be for Baby Bagel Fire, if you want to call him that.
Bagel Fire 2.
Bagel
the second. Bagel the second.
Yeah, we didn't know the name for that guy.
Okay, no criticism to poor baby. We already know he's
Oh, we
smarter.
already know the name of the baby.
We have a question about that in spoilers, guys. Okay, we've got one other question about this Captain Swan True Love thing. From Anonymous, in an episode that relied so heavily on true love, I find it weird that it's still not mentioned that Emma and Killian are true love, even though in the conversation between each other they don't bring it up. She's a product of true love who found her own true love. It's apparent to me, at least, that no one else knows they are. Do you think there's a reason that's never been brought up, or maybe it needed, or it may be needed in this new plot? Maybe they can create a new sapling.
Maybe they already created a sapling, and that's a sapling that's going to break their curse. Ha ha ha.
It would be on the beanstalk, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw the jokes that the beanstalk is there. Baby tree.
Yeah, I saw that.
Big baby.
It's true.
Well, it makes sense because they met in the past. Remember, first time, and they could have had something
but
there.
the giants were living there. I don't think practically it's possible, but I like that as a funny idea.
So wait a minute. You're saying their sapling might be on like the Jolly Roger or something?
Either that or yeah, they got weeds growing on the Jolly Roger.
The barnacle of true love.
Well, they were all over the place. Remember, they were all over that whole land. They were at Rumpel's place. They were everywhere.
Well,
so
see,
like,
here's the thing, though.
There's a row of little saplings on the road to the beanstalk.
Okay, Snow and Charming only had the one. It happened when they touched for the first time after making a genuine emotional connection. They didn't know each other or see each other's faces, but they had made a genuine connection, and they touched, and that's what created the sapling. So we have to determine when is. I don't think that moment would be during the Captain Swan movie, as awesome as it is, because Emma was totally playing him, and he was, being drunk. So unless it happened
it's a drunk
to
weed.
unless it
They
happened
were
in
both in the
Rumpel's
past,
fault.
remember, Michelle? They were both in the past. So maybe the ballroom. You never know.
Yeah, the ballroom. That's an excellent point. So we're saying King Midas's got taken over by weed.
Yes.
Yes. That's right. That's what happened. Exactly.
Probably one of them. There's a beanstalk and there's like a long one that is longer than the rest. That's a sample.
Here's the thing: they're not gonna have anything equivalent to that. Apparently, Snow and Charming always have like something different. They have like a million true love kisses, yet we don't have true love kiss through Captain Swan, which is pissing me off. It's like they're gonna kiss each other 10,000 times this Sunday, probably, and yet we still don't get anything from Captain Swan. It's like they're gonna have all these like little things that they have, like sharing the heart and the thing. We didn't get that for Captain Swan. They're not gonna have. They're never gonna show us any kind of entity.
Right. Okay, wait. My. Whoa. Calm down, guys.
I am calm.
Say what you said because I missed it.
Oh, I said that I'm glad they didn't have the heart shared thing.
Yes,
I hated that. I hated that they did it with Charming. And honestly, we have a true love test and a natural God who was like you, my OTP.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. Yeah, I don't want Captain Swan to have every single thing that Snowing's got. I want them to have things that are uniquely theirs. So I'm glad that it's a true love test.
I guess I came off.
I
guess I came off of a little bit offensive that, or defensive that way. I was like, no, I just meant that they're never gonna expand out and be like, well, that couple gets that one because that couple got that or something. It's just not gonna be that way. Even if we can think of theories of when they made a beanstalk together. I just rather have them make them babies together opposed to beanstalks. So
but I do
personally,
think,
personally, I feel like I agree with what you're saying, that they should be allowed to have their own moments, their own personal things that are just theirs. Like the true love test was something I felt like was right for them, that was perfectly designed for them. Yes, I would love to see True Love's kiss. We all would, but I don't think they need it. It's not like
I'm not saying that I don't think they need it. It's just Snowing has had it how many times?
Well, here's the thing.
That's the problem.
See,
this is the problem. This is the problem though, because we've had so many throwaway True Love kisses. We had Ruby and Dorothy and even Zelina and Hades. It's like it doesn't have the meaning there anymore because there's so many.
But here's the thing. I think that the point of this episode was to show that Snow and Charming are different. That they made this true love sapling thing and their heart can survive this whole dual sleeping curse business. And that when the curse is broken, that the first and they made a savior with their true love. I think the point is that of all the true love couples, Snow and Charming are different somehow.
I think they're different somehow. I think they're a little bit more selfish, true love people, than most people. I'm sorry, I just think they are because they have like their own kind of like. I think like they're just a little bit selfish on like their senses of like how they with their daughter and like I need another baby or I'm gonna give up my it's just
mostly you're saying Snow is selfish.
Evil Snow, is selfish.
Those things are
selfish. And actually, Jennifer Goodwin has admitted that Snow can be selfish. She said that in like the Paley Fest. Back in 2012.
Yeah.
She's talking about characteristics that they both had. So.
Okay, I have a point for that. I don't think Snow and Charming are unique as far as the true love baby tree thing goes because the Blue Fairy said we found a spark or the baby sapling which was created at the spark of a true love. She didn't say the true love. So I think there's definitely a possibility that there's more than one of those saplings. And I think Captain Swan had one too. We don't know where it is. It's probably in Storybook and not in the Enchanted Forest because I don't think they're going to go to the Enchanted Forest unless, well, there are some spoilers about that. So maybe that's possible.
But I did get the feeling that when she was describing it, yes, there might be more than one, but there are not many. I think this is one of those things where
one in a million.
The true love has to be so strong and so. It's hard to find the words to really describe it.
But it wasn't really that strong when Snow had it, though.
Okay, but here's the thing: where we have to consider the source of the info. It's Blue Fairy, who is shady, who we all pretty much universally agree is shady in some way.
Shady?
Honestly, if you ask me if they did have a sapling of their own, I would say, because I feel like if they're going to have that first spark, it has to be mutual between them both. And the stuff, while we love the stuff that happened in Tallahassee and all that, they weren't there yet. Like he might have been sort of, but she definitely wasn't. And
No,
if you're
she
gonna have that
was.
spark,
He was.
No,
I
she
think
was.
it was when
She
they
was.
grabbed their hands. Each
Yes,
other. When
because she
that
said
moment.
because right after that she said she was sorry, and she wouldn't have said she was sorry and locked him up unless she felt something.
So maybe there's a beanstalk on top of the beanstalk.
I feel
It's very large now.
if you
Right, he bandaged her hand.
if you were to ask me where that sap first grew, I have two possibilities, and they're both in the same place. One, because I think it has to occur in an innocent moment that you wouldn't really think of. One, when they were sitting around the fire in Neverland and he offered her the coconut, he, punched a hole in it for her and she took it and they kind of grazed hands a little bit. It was a very innocent moment where they were finally on the same page, kind of. And in the second one, if you really want to put it, I feel like when they shared their first kiss after he saved her father's life, I feel like that's a definite. That's a definite.
Or I just had a funny thought. What if it happened after their other kiss at Granny's, and Granny's been cooking the beanstalk, using it in her salad.
Well,
she has like this urban garden, and it's really the beanstalk.
However, see, my only qualm with that is A, we're never going back to Neverland, so we'd never see it, and B, technically, since they've time traveled, that innocent moment could have been the dance at Midas' castle.
Yeah.
That's definitely true. Yes.
And that's
I think
30
there's a possibility
years before.
that it's in the Enchanted Forest. Or that was transported with the curse too. Why not?
With one of the curses, God knows there's been enough curses cast that it could have got transported at any point.
Right.
It was in the underworld. It's in every single land.
I thought there was only one baby tree thing, but there are two baby tree things.
They got a lot of babies to make, so
Ro, what do you think about this true love sapling thing? Where's Captain Swan's?
I don't want to be a downer, but I think it's only exclusive to snowing.
if you had to guess, if you had to like,
Come on, bro, give us a guess.
Yeah, if you were the one writing the show and Captain Swan got one, where would you put it?
That's a good question.
That's what we've been discussing.
Pretend we're the writers.
It wouldn't be so much better either.
Yeah.
Okay, writers. What the hell is wrong with you people?
There's a lot, but we don't have that many hours to talk about it.
We're too busy not writing Captain Swan's sex.
Oh my god.
Come on now. Let's say it. Yes,
You can do it.
No judgment. Okay, well, maybe a little bit of judgment.
Okay, I got one.
Okay, go.
Okay, go.
When they exchanged Killian's ring.
Oh, that's
Ooh, that's through the wishing well. And the wishing well is universal.
true.
I like
Very
that
true.
one. I like that
I like
very
that one. Okay. So, does anybody else have any thoughts on Captain Swan other than why haven't we seen them having sexy times?
Well, we
haven't spoken about the beautiful story time moment in Regina's Vault. It was so adorable.
And kissing hand and
It was hands down the best episode, the best scene of the season. But
Yes. Yes.
And then
I don't know. I like the couch thing pretty in the first episode. It was the sentimental thing. It was not the sexiest. So I guess
It was the most beautiful thing.
No, okay.
And one more. Okay, I don't know. I know not everybody likes Baby Spec, but I feel like this is another angle, about Daddy Killian. I think so.
He is such a good storyteller.
And they
He needs
did
to be
show-
telling more stories.
And they did show the picture of Daddy Charming with baby Emma in the book. Although you notice that this is yet another new version of the book because Captain Swan's picture is on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Also, but that's probably a continuity issue.
Oh yeah, it is a continuity.
Yeah, it's probably a continuation.
They just need to get to the right page. They need to. Killian had to rip out pages or something to perfectly tell his story.
Henry is the author. Can he hire a better illustrator?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no, Henry's fired. Henry's fired. Killian's a better storyteller.
Well, Henry's a story writer, and Killian's the audible
The narrator.
Well, I think they also teased us too much in the stupid press release. I thought it was gonna be more of like Captain Charming, like not Captain Charming, sorry, Captain Swan, Jones family with Henry, and there was nothing in about Henry at all.
Good.
I know, but that was very misleading. It's like, Henry and Emma and Killian will go on this adventure to do this, and it's like, what happened to? What happened to Henry? I guess he got cut. I guess he's waiting in the car.
Their grandson of the adventure was cleaning out the Evil Queen's vault of stuff. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
I like that little bit.
I love the scene.
Ro, finish your thought.
I like that little bit where they talk about the potions and what Emma recently drank. You kissed me with that mouth?
Yes, he has. And probably did other things too, but we can't watch it. Because this is not HBO.
Okay.
Captain Swan After Dark Times. 10 o'clock.
Shannon. Let me go, but come on. Okay. I love the scene because of the hands. The whole talking about it and how and you can see Emma was listening intently, and I love the hands with Captain Swan because they started with hands. Her hand on his neck with the knife, then the bandaging, the locking him up, and oh god, the bean.
Well, yeah, and it's especially significant because Killian's only got one.
Exactly. So it's especially special, because out of all the couples on the show, they're the ones that have the most with the hands. So I thought it was great that when the moment he said the you're the product just threw up, her hand stopped shaking, and he put it on her. I'm like, oh, that's so good. So yeah,
I like how he went like when he noticed her hand was shaking. That he was like, look at me, focus on me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sort of the same thing when she was Dark Swan. Like they were both the dark ones. She was like, look at me, when the dark one was like manipulating in your ear. Sort of like, focus on me, I can ground you, you were my anchor. And I was like, oh, yes.
This is why.
That's why you have to look at Captain Swan more. It'll make everything better. Just look at me.
This is why I love the scene so much, because it just reinforces to me that no matter who flits in and out of her life, Killian will always be her rock, her touchstone, her person, the one that will never give up, that will never walk away, that will support her no matter what, even if she's walking towards her own death. He'll be there. He's never given up on her. His devotion and his faith in her is unending, and that's a kind of love that just makes you like it drives you nuts, because there's like no man on the face of the earth that can ever come close to that. He's put men in this world to an unreachable standard, like absolutely unreachable standard. It's frustrating because you want to find a guy that's just like that, but you never will, because he's fictional. Because he's fictional. You want him to be real. Well, Colin is
Come on, Ro, can't you be like that?
Something tells me that Colin infuses whatever he feels, that love that I think he has for Helen, he must infuse it into the character somewhere. That devotion he has to her.
See, here's the thing. This is the thing that makes Colin and Josh so great, is the fact that they have to sit there and make all these hope speeches and support their women folk and all this stuff, and they always sound so sincere when they do it. And those scenes could come off so insincere and so cheesy, but when Josh and Colin say those things, you're just like, oh my god, I need to die. And why are men not like this in real life? You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like,
Yes.
Josh and Colin both have that quality, and that's what makes Captain Swan and Snowing so compelling as couples for me, at any rate.
Yeah, because there's a little birdie who's a bad kind of sucky youngster who did not have that quality. And Will Rumple, he never said he is a good actor, but he never admit. I mean, he never admit that somebody else was better than him.
Okay, any more questions we got?
Well, we got one on the thing.
Yeah.
What thing?
Oh, yes. What thing are you talking about?
I have no idea.
Okay,
from my mind.
from Anonymous. Another disgusting, nauseating, awkward as hell makeout session for Golden Queen. I hate them getting caught, and Belle now knowing it will be the last time we ever have to see that. The reactions everyone had to Regina's chemistry admission was priceless, but I wouldn't call it chemistry. I call it desperation. Do you think Gold is using the evil queen for something because he's playing her with all the kissy grossness?
Oh, yeah.
Of course he is.
That's who he is. That is who he is. That's not just what he does. It's who he is.
But I will say that Killian's reaction to Regina's admission of chemistry was on point, and also tells me that he has never had those kinds of relations with the evil queen, because he's just like, He's
like, yes, that's disgusting.
Yes.
So let's just put that to bed right now, people.
So let's please.
Never
happened.
You know what astounds me is the fact that after everything that he's put her through already, Sin catches him doing this, and then he has the gall and the nerve to stand there and say to her face, "Oh, she's nothing. It meant nothing. I love you." I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. You are so full of shit. It's ridiculous. You honestly think that she's going to believe that? She just caught you making out with somebody else in front of her face, and you're going to say, "Oh, it's nothing. She meant nothing." Please.
Well, to be fair, Selena caught them, and Selena told Belle. Belle's hearing it secondhand, but Belle doesn't have any trouble believing it.
I know, but I mean, for him to think that she's just going to be like, "Oh, it's okay. I know that it meant nothing. I know you still love me." Really? Give the woman some credit. She has more self-respect than that.
Well, these things she does.
Yes, and I'm really glad that she's kept it up. Like,
Yeah.
please keep going. Rake this
But-
bastard over the coals.
But the problem is, by her being this way, as much as we appreciate it, it's just making Rumple more and more desperate, and it's going to make him do something crazy. Because he wants that kid no matter what.
Use the shears?
Exactly. And if Belle keeps up this, backbone of hers, it's going to cause him to, he doesn't give a fuck what she thinks anyway. So he's just going to do,
But that's the thing. It's like he has the shears, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Or is it Evil Queen has the shears?
No, she
So,
gave
So,
them
like,
to
what is he
him.
waiting for?
For it to be born.
Belle
Okay,
said,
so
yeah,
what
the
is he
Belle said
waiting
the
for
baby
is the
needs to
question.
be born.
Is he
Belle
still
said
waiting to
waiting for
make
the
out with
baby
the
to-
Evil Queen? Or what?
No, Belle said he's waiting
The
for the
baby to
baby
be born?
to be born.
He doesn't have the magic to progress the pregnancy like he has.
No, he's
He doesn't want to
waiting
progress
for
that
the-
magic faster.
No, he's waiting for the kid to get born. Kid needs to be out of Belle before he can do anything.
Why doesn't he just?
Zelina's in big.
Why doesn't he
doo-doo.
just progress
She's
that
in trouble.
that pregnancy?
Because he doesn't want the baby in danger in case of that progressing.
Yeah, I think part of him. Sorry, Mike.
But
I think part of
Robin,
him wants,
baby Robin's fine.
Not anymore.
Maybe
We
he
don't know
will.
that.
Rumble's out for blood.
Maybe he will progress it. That's
Whoa,
his
too many
next
people.
step.
Too many people talking.
Yeah. I think he doesn't want to push Belle too far. I think he still on some level believes that Belle's just going to come back to him of her own accord. And when I think it's when you know how we have that spoiler that she's trying to leave town. And I think that's when he finally takes matters into his own hands and probably speeds up the pregnancy artificially.
And it camps out into an adult child.
Oh,
I just want to see more Wicked Beauty.
me too. Yet, Jenna's in big trouble. Now that she told Belle about Rumble and Evil Queen, Rumble's out for her. You better go to Jenna because she is in danger and her baby.
Yeah, but Helena's gonna get like 3 seconds of screen time, so it's not gonna be a big thing.
All right, I'm back. I got cut off.
Okay,
Well, I
Rams,
suppose it's something
yeah.
they can both relate to, being protective of their children, because
Okay.
Belle's only priority right now is her son and his happiness.
Which Rumple has probably no interest in that either. He just cares about if his son likes him or not. I don't get this. I don't. It's like... So it reminds me, but you know what this reminds me of with Morpheus being like, he's not, his name is not really Morpheus, but like
Well,
this child.
We've got
this
a spoiler question on that. We'll get to
Okay.
it.
But like
We
this
would-
child becoming an adult reminds me of Angel.
Oh God.
Remember that?
Oh,
Yes.
I like to forget
too
about it.
much.
But it does remind you of that. Well, it's taken why what was that, a Greek mythology thing? The same thing happened. Where like
Helios, I think.
yeah, but like it just reminds me of Angel with like the kid going somewhere and
Coming
he
back
was a
and they're
baby.
adult.
Yeah, he was like a baby one day and he's 30 years old the next day.
Okay, so do we want to get into spoilers so we can talk about this Rumbell thing with more context? Okay,
That's my takeaway.
so we've got one spoiler question about Rumbell. And what do you guys think of the spoiler about the Rumbell baby name? I'm shocked he wasn't named after someone dead. And that's who, and that seems to be who's under the hood. What the fuck did Rumple do with those shears?
No,
What's the name?
Gideon.
Gideon.
Oh,
Baby's name is Gideon.
it's not that bad.
Well, I mean, it could be somebody related to Rumple or Bell.
Yeah,
We
it
don't
could
know.
Yeah, and I mean, the name's not that
We
bad.
know it's not the
Like, it
dad.
fits.
Any of
Oh,
it's not you know.
There's no one dead.
Could be
It's
Maybe
not
it's
Neil the
Rumple's
second.
grandpa or Bell's grandpa or something.
Her
yeah.
long lost half
Bill's playing
sibling.
second.
I don't like the name, seriously. It doesn't go.
I actually like it. I think. I
Yeah,
mean,
It doesn't
I
sound like a
think
boy's
it
name
fits
though.
it.
But
I
it's
think
I
it
don't have any
fits it.
problem with it. I think, I mean, hey, anything's better than the name of somebody who's dead, you know? Honestly.
although I still like my idea of calling him Bagel the Second.
yes. You should be called Bagel the Second. No, well, we already.
Are we certain that Gideon is the one that's under the hood, or are we just speculating still?
I don't know where that spoiler
At this
came
point.
from.
Isn't that bro? Didn't we see that in the pictures?
Did
Did
someone
we?
overhear it while
No,
filming?
I think that's what we were talking about last week. That for the spoiler pictures from when they were shooting in the street for 611, that he was there. That the guy who plays Gideon was there, and that
Giles.
he was, yeah, Giles. He was one of the people. He seemed to be the dude running around under the hood.
Yeah, which
Well,
makes no
I
sense.
know he was there, but really under the hood, like that makes no sense.
He was, didn't we, like last week, I told my theory that in the future he becomes the Dark One, and
Yes.
he's time traveled into the past because that moment is somehow important,
Yes.
because Rumple used the shears on him and
Uh-huh.
he turned into the Dark One.
See, but here's the interesting thing. What if Rumple can use the shears to cut the Dark One out of himself and it accidentally gets transferred into his kid?
Oh.
Good for Michelle.
Ooh, that'd be
Totally.
poor baby. Literally, poor baby.
Okay, I kind of hope it's not because like poor baby who already gets stuck with being the dark one.
Well, does
Yeah,
that make
no,
does that make baby?
but that could be enough to cause him to feel like he has to kill the savior.
But is it going to be like one of those devil babies, like a Chucky doll, and then he just grows up
He's
very
baby
fast?
Damien, the Antichrist.
Like,
Yeah, he's the Antichrist. Oh
that's
god.
what I mean. Like, it's yeah.
And
I don't-
honestly, if he thought there was a way to get Belle back before, there is certainly no way to get her back now if he turns her child into the Dark One. I mean,
Well, I think maybe technically that could be the reason what happens because he cuts himself loose, and maybe it goes over blood relative. The next blood relative is this kid.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Why on God's green earth? And I'm an atheist, so I don't even believe in God. Why do Adam and Eddie keep insisting that Rumbell has a chance and that Rumple's hard to love, blah blah blah, and all this stuff? I'm like, dude, just cut your losses.
Because
Say it's
Rumble
toxic.
and Regina are their self-interest. And
It's just so annoying. I'm like,
what's the word? Self?
because they're trying to placate the masses, I guess.
we're trying to placate the 12 Rumbell shippers.
Yeah, because a lot of the Rumble shippers that I know ship Rumble have stopped shipping Rumble this season.
Well, they have to
Wow.
have because Rumple's making out with the evil queen and seems to
Oh
get
no,
no fucks.
beforehand. One of them stopped shipping Rumble when Rumble threatens her. She was like, no, you know what? I can't do this anymore.
I mean,
There still are some Rumble shippers, though.
bless those
yeah.
people. I mean, seriously, like more power to you if you can
Yeah.
find the strength to ship in this mess.
I
Mm.
mean,
Oh,
honestly,
I
I
don't
find it.
criticize, but I feel like the most of them are Rumble fans and not Bell fans.
And they just want Belle for
And-
Rumple because that's what Rumple wants.
Mhm.
Yeah, or I want to be with Rumple, so Bell's a self-interest for me.
No, I know some Captain Swan fans that I follow that ship Rumble, and they're not self-inserting themselves.
Oh, I'm not saying everyone. I'm saying, but like I get the feeling for some.
Yeah, I've seen evidence of that. But
Yeah,
I agree with
important.
I agree with Rams because I've seen probably those same people
Uh-huh.
who like
I
genuinely
mean-
ship it.
Exactly. I'm just puzzled. I'm really puzzled, but I guess, everything.
But that's the thing. That's the thing with the writers. It's like if you really want people to really root for Rumbell, why are you having Rumple carry on with the evil queen? Like it's when Belle's
Yeah.
pregnant with his child. It's just like it makes Rumple like unlikable. Not that he was likable before, but
I can't even buy it, to be honest. It seems so incredibly out of character for Rumple. You know what I mean?
To be honest, it's out of character for the evil queen too. Like I mean,
Mhm.
Lana has talked at length before about how she and Bobby have played Rumple and Regina as a father-daughter kind of situation.
Yeah.
And now the writers have suddenly said no, they secretly wanted to bang the whole time.
Ugh.
Now he's her sugar daddy.
He's pimping it. Such a pimp. He's gonna get one of those big hats. He already has the cane. He can have one of those big hats.
My God.
Hmm.
Just it.
Yikes,
He's gonna get.
man.
He already has a Cadillac.
Yeah, it's wildly out of character. It's wild. It's just not, and it's kind of really stupid because they could have just kept Hyde. They could have just kept Hyde around for the evil queen. Why have this gross thing with Rumple?
No, but they had to show that. Killing one of you kills their one. They had to point that out, and they didn't know how to do that without Hyde and Jekyll. They're the only ones that done it. So
I don't think Storybrooke is lacking in the male sex. Have the evil queen manipulate anybody if you wanted to show her making out with someone.
The sheriff
Why
of
Rumple?
Nottingham.
No one's
the
willing to
sheriff
pick
of
out
Nottingham.
her except
The
for
sheriff of Nottingham would be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that just because of the unlocked verse either.
Mm.
But anyway.
Just
I mean, why should they have even a plot of the evil queen kissing anybody? Why not just have her be evil?
Yeah. I mean, they didn't have. I mean, Cruella didn't have to. Well, they had her with the author there for 3 seconds.
Right.
But she was just evil.
It's
For
so
the
weird. Like they
things.
equate sexiness with evil somehow. You know, that's why I don't like it.
Yeah.
Is someone eating?
That's a whole
Very
other
sexy.
debate.
You know what I really don't get? Okay. And Rumple making peace with Regina because Regina has actually, put forward and somewhat trying to atone for her past actions. But the evil queen is this unfeeling, uncaring person who has no conscience. And it was the evil queen and ultimately had her locked up first in a castle turret and then in an insane asylum for 28 years. So why Rumple, of all people, would give in to her whatever and team up with her, knowing what she did to Belle? I mean, of all of Rumple's faults, there's one thing. I mean, okay, obviously Rumple doesn't really know how to love properly or without. Rumple's love is toxic, but the fact is he still does love her. That's the one thing that we know for certain. Why he would team up with her knowing what she did to Belle, I just don't understand. What is he getting out of it? He seems to be getting nothing out of it at all. Like
He got
nothing.
the cheers.
Ego boost.
Well, that's the thing, but he already has the shears, so why is he still making out?
He didn't need her. He did not need her. We're talking about a Dark One who has the power of all the Dark Ones combined, including Emma and Killian, and Emma. He did not need her to get those shears. He didn't. He could have gotten them on his
but he's
own without a
lazy.
second thought.
He's lazy.
But he's like,
Yeah, he would always rather have minions. Where do you think Regina learned the whole having minions thing? She learned it from
The
Rumple.
two of them making out like that just seems so.
Ugh.
Even aside from even the ick factor aside, just didn't make any sense.
Right.
They
Can
had
we
never
stop
played.
talking about
Their
this?
relationship was never played that way ever. It was a more teacher-student, father-daughter type of thing. I mean, there was memes going around for years back during the beginning of the show as to whether or not Rumple was actually her father because of the relationship that he had with Cora. So now to go from that to this,
Yeah.
I never ever once saw her have any sort of thing for
can
him
we move
ever.
on, please?
Yes.
Yes, we're all nauseated. Well, that was that was technically our last question. Are there any other spoilers we would like to discuss? Are we
Spoilers?
I'm
excited?
excited for the Captain Charming thing.
Yes. Are we excited?
And game with Roland, so that's gonna be good.
Do you still think it's going to be Killian that killed his dad, or do you think it's
no.
No.
King
No.
Do we,
George
but do we agree that it's going to be brought up on that episode?
I think it was George, and I think Killian is just there to talk Charming out of vengeance.
Yeah.
Andy
Oh, I
pancakes.
like that.
Because let's be real, Charming. Okay, here's the thing: Charming already tried to kill King George once. Remember when
Yep.
Snow and Emma were in the Enchanted Forest, and George destroyed the hat, and he pointed his gun at him. He was gonna kill him, and Ruby convinced him not to.
Mm-hmm.
But now this is his father, and if King George killed his father because his father was trying to get James back. 'Cause,
Ooh,
you
do we
know,
I
know
like
that?
that. I love that idea, Michelle, because I was
I-
still a little worried
then
that it might going to turn out to be, Hook that killed his dad. But I like this idea better.
yeah,
Well,
No, and honestly,
because
I like
then
this idea because it makes sense as to why George is back. Because otherwise, why the hell are they
there's
gonna
no other
bring him
point.
back?
There's no other reason to have him back unless he's the one who's responsible. Maybe he didn't actually stab him himself, but he had a minion do it, but he's the one who's ultimately
Right.
responsible because Papa Charming was going to take his son back from King George, or expose him as not King George's son or whatever, and so he had to kill him. And now Killian will be there. You know, he killed his dad. He fucked up his brother's life. Yada yada yada. So he's gonna tell Charming, you know, don't do this.
He's going to be Captain Nemo.
Exactly, etc. Saving Charming from himself. Because Snow won't be there. Snow is probably still cursed.
Still cursed.
You know, it's possible because when Rumpel came and got the baby, he didn't tell them where he was taking the baby, so they didn't know that the baby was going to become King George's adopted child or whatever. So they lived the first like 6 years after this, because I think Charming did say his father died when he was like 6 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lived those 6 years, you know, in the depths of despair with this huge chest for giving up his child and not fighting for him. So maybe one day when he's going into town to get supplies, or he hears talk about King George having, you know, King George's son and blah, blah, blah. But then he was like, but if he knows that King George's wife could not have a child, and he was like, how in the world does he all of a sudden have a son? And then it comes to him, oh my God, that's my son. You know, maybe he decides to stop being drunk, clean himself up, and, you know, do for him what he couldn't do all those years ago.
Well, Lisa, I don't think we're gonna get that, because that takes too long. They're just gonna cut to the chase and have him already know that George has his kid.
Maybe he saw the kid, and
that's what he could. I mean, seriously, they're twins. So if he sees a kid who looks like his 6-year-old son wandering around some village or something, he's like, "Oh shit!" and puts 2 and 2 together and decides to get his son back, his other son.
Mm-hmm. Dave's dad, anyway. I think he should be.
But that's the scenario that makes the most sense to me. There's no other reason to bring King George back, because he's already locked up. There's no other reason to bring him back except for unless he's responsible for Papa Charming's death.
Mm-hmm. And it would give them something to bond over.
Exactly. Captain Charming.
Of course. Not George.
Don't you like that all the Killian-centric episodes are like focused on Emma and her family? It's like, you know, Captain Charming in one episode, Captain Crowbar the next episode. I wonder why.
Oh.
I wonder why they're just trying to make Killian part of the family, and you know.
Yeah, I know.
I wonder why.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
If they could give us
the snowing one, but
no.
The snow one.
Well, yeah, that would be nice. I mean, I would seriously give my right arm for, you know, Snow and Charming to speak on screen where we hear words. But hey, speaking of that, they could do that story in conjunction about finding out more about Killian's mother.
Let's do it.
I need it.
Maybe she will eventually talk to him when she has to give, you know, her true love ring to him.
Oh God.
Why not? It's a family heirloom. It's supposed to go pass down the family. She can't hold on to that thing forever.
She will give it to Neil.
Because Ruth gave it to her. Because Ruth gave it to Charming, and Charming gave it to her. It's supposed to keep going down. You can't keep it forever, Snow.
She give it to her favorite child.
I wrote that in fic, actually.
No.
I would very much rather that Killian pick out whatever ring that he's gonna. I want Killian to not have a traditional ring, because Emma is not a traditional girl. I would rather him craft something specifically for her. Something that speaks to who she is.
But I just want Snow to talk to Killian. This is the only way.
Get on board with that.
Come on.
I
want them to say hello to each other and acknowledge each other.
It's
Stop
insane.
taking this away from me.
They have not had a one-on-one conversation since season 2. It's
That's
ridiculous.
Right. I mean, come on.
When did they even talk in season 2?
they
Whatever.
haven't talked in
Thank you,
years.
Meg.
They did sort of like they talked out, at the bottom of the beanstalk, and then they talked again at the docks when Hook
Oh
right
yeah,
after
yeah.
Hook got hit with the car and Charming got pissed.
Well, in season 4, the mid-season opener, they had them on the side, no,
Yeah, but we couldn't hear-
conversation, but we couldn't hear anything, of course. It's like, it looks like they're having a good conversation. Of course we can't hear it. So,
Exactly.
But what about in Devil's Due, where they get back and she sees Killian after he's been tortured? Oh, Killian, look at you.
that's
Concerned
it. That's the last
mother-in-law.
time she talked to him.
It's not a conversation, bro.
Yeah, that's not
No, but-
conversation.
I know.
But at least
He said, "I'll be
at,
fine."
at least that
I know.
that
That was the last
at
time she
least
talked.
that at least that tells us that she's no longer the final holdout on the Captain Swan train. She was the only one left that no one was sure about. Everyone else seemed to be on board, and because of her past trying to maneuver Emma to get up with Neil, no one was quite certain how entirely she felt about Killian being with Emma. But now, give her the card, the ticket.
She
get
gets
on
half
the
a card.
train.
I don't know. It's just
Half a card for half a heart.
I mean, like if they're gonna get married at one point, don't you think they should talk like to each other?
I think they should talk, but the show clearly does not agree with me.
It's weird. Like, was she gonna not acknowledge him for the next 40 years or what? It's like, really.
Well,
And
they
this
do
is
the
why in the survey I put down more important conversations between the main characters for character development.
Yeah, she
Okay,
talks to Archie more.
Let's tell everybody about the survey. For those of you who don't know, the ABC Advisory Board has a survey. It's called the Once Upon a Time Season 6 Activity. And if you are a member of the ABC Advisory Board, you should go to the site, click on the link, and answer all the questions and be positive about Captain Swan. Be positive about Captain Swan. Be polite in your criticisms, should you have any. Don't just, go off and be swearing and stuff. Just be polite, voice your concerns, and let ABC know what you think.
Who's eating?
Yeah, stop eating, please.
I'm not.
Or mute yourself
Yeah,
while you
please
eat.
mute.
It's my thing. It's my eating. That's right. I'm going on.
We can hear someone eating something.
And if you
Please, no eating during the podcast.
Starved to death.
Everyone else is not eating. You're not sharing.
But I really hope this thing gets never happens. I don't know how the ring looks like that Paul's after talks with Snow and Charming or no.
I couldn't understand.
I couldn't understand any of that.
I'm sorry. I was like, okay, my mouth. Sorry.
Okay, you're cutting out. Like literally cutting out.
Looks like I just want the and I want him to quit. No, yeah, talk with Snow. In the last seasons of this fucking show, talk with Snow, and the proposal done. And yeah, I just think that's I think one.
We really cannot understand anything you say.
Okay.
Well, there's
No, it doesn't really.
Okay, Daniela, we get it. You want them to talk. Ro, go ahead.
the problem they have with Killian and Snow. I can see it sometimes with Emma and with David as well, because I mean, they find out that she's probably gonna die, and she talks to Snow about it, but not Charming. He's just like standing over there with Killian, probably, oh yeah, her mom's got this. And even when she was forgiving them for what happened with Lily, she was saying, I forgive you, Mom. And we just assume that Charming is off the hook too. I mean,
Well, at least she talks more with Charming.
Yeah,
that's
Charming
true.
actually cares about Emma.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I've always had this theory that maybe the half of Snow's heart that loves Emma went to Charming, and that's why.
Maybe Killian will give half of his heart to Charming.
Well, to be fair, Snow did say that, she was it this episode she was talking about Emma possibly dying, and she was like, I'll fight for our daughter, blah blah blah. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
Snow.
Well, that's
Oh,
Jane's
yeah.
writing for you.
I made a little nice comment of footage not found. With that comment, I'll never stop fighting for her. Footage not found.
Yeah, she,
Not really since season 2. I mean, she did when they were stranded in the Enchanted Forest, because she was pretty pissed when Emma came down from the beanstalk, and she's like, "You were gonna just, have me go on without you." Yeah, that's not happening, girl. Sorry.
but then she got pregnant and blah blah blah, and that just kind
No,
of.
but
Although-
before she got pregnant.
to be fair, she doesn't hang out with Neil that much either.
That's true.
He's hanging out with Granny too much.
What
Granny's
did you just call
Actually-
that, baby?
Neil is gonna start calling Granny mommy. It's
Oh,
pretty much
God.
gonna happen. They never
Baby
see.
Snowflake.
Yes,
Baby
Snowflake is the name.
Yeah, baby Snowflake. We're not calling him Neil because that's just.
You just did.
I know.
Okay.
I just so we got a snowing flashback. Does anybody want to say anything about that?
With the timeline.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
or will be?
Wilmy, my dog.
Oh, the Wilby dog. Is
This
Lassie?
is-
It's apparently like Lassie.
It's obviously
Well,
set
maybe it was
before they ever
amazing.
met.
Yeah,
Well, okay.
Kinda,
Here was now that you mention it, this was my weird thing. They said Snow was 15. Why on earth is Ginny playing a 15-year-old Snow?
Yeah. What? happened?
What?
They said Snow was 15.
Who said?
When did they say that?
They said it in the episode.
No.
When?
Yeah, I think they did.
That was the flashback.
She told the
Yeah,
remember?
that's what I'm saying.
No,
But
no,
that
no. That was when the evil queen was telling the story about her dad giving her the gift
pony?
of the pony.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It
I was
was
gonna
in the
say because I
flashback.
was
Don't worry.
confused.
No, I
Oh, thank
think
God.
it's
Because I was
after
confused.
Graham. Like a
Well, this
little
is-
bit after Graham,
Yeah.
but before she learned all her things. And can we talk about how apparently Blue knew Snow from before, but then when goodbye sucker, and left her alone for a million years.
And why was the blue fairy wielding an axe? Was she a magic or not?
I
That's why
don't
she's
know.
shady.
She's shady bitch.
Came.
Why was she small and then she had to become large? Like, why couldn't you just be large the whole entire time? It's like, really?
I don't think I think
Ah.
fairies use becoming big as the last resort, because I don't think the blue fairy liked that Tinkerbell did it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's preaching to the choir.
And why
Wilby
was Charming trying to
was
break the
one
door
of the
with the
best
axe?
parts of the
Okay,
episode.
whoa, one at a time.
Why
Go ahead.
was Charming trying to break open the lock with the axe instead of the wooden door? You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
at least at the beginning, he was using a rock to try to break the lock instead of bashing the wooden walls of that cage.
Hey, he's a shepherd, okay?
just not
You know
Grand
what I was
Shepherd.
really sad about?
He went to shepherd school.
There was no Grand Shepherd. Why didn't you give me my Grand Shepherd? I
With the
thought,
long
come
hair.
on.
Well, okay. Remind me in Snow Falls, he has his hair short, right?
Yeah.
So this is sometime after Anna has shown him how to use a sword.
Yes.
Before Rumpel came to take him to
Yes.
King George. So sometime in there.
Yeah.
So he probably got his hair cut after Anna left.
Mhm.
Why?
He became a man that way, I guess.
That's part of the makeover.
Okay.
He grew out of his punk rock phase.
Yeah.
It was grunge. Okay, not punk rock. It was grunge.
Okay.
His boy band days were over.
So like Sir Egon Targaryen was kill the boy and let the man live.
But seriously, Willoughby was the best part of the episode. Let's face it. It was Willoughby. Willoughby is
Where's
the
Willoughby?
MVP.
Everybody love Willoughby.
Willoughby was the MVP.
I don't care about dogs one way or the other, so it didn't bug me. I was afraid that Snow was going to wind up killing the dog by accident or something.
Oh god, I was like, no, don't touch Willoughby. And never trust Dan Scott. Why don't people realize that Dan Scott is not to be trusted?
That was so funny. Like, my entire Tumblr timeline lit up with "Don't trust Dan Scott."
Wait,
I clearly follow the right people.
And Twitter was like, that's Dan Scott. Why the hell are you trusting Dan Scott?
Maybe Charming doesn't watch One Tree Hill.
They don't get One Tree Hill in the Enchanted Forest.
One Tree Forest.
I think Adam and Eddie wrote for One Tree Hill.
Oh God.
Maybe that's where they got him.
I don't think so. None of the actors have appeared. This is the first One Tree Hill actor that has appeared.
I know, but they like to reuse actors.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said that. Because we don't have any.
To be fair, most of the One Tree Hill actors have moved on to bigger and better things, like Chicago.
Yeah.
Or was
I have a
Michael
question.
Murray's in the he was what's his face in Agent Carter.
Dude. The biggest douche in the universe. I mean, he probably didn't even need to act. I mean, he probably felt natural.
Oh my gosh. Rams, you were saying?
Where is Gold hiding his water truck full of river water from the underworld?
Right?
In his toilet.
Oh.
It's toilet water. It flushes and it goes down under into the underworld.
And what is he gonna do? Make it rain? Is that how it's gonna destroy Storybrooke?
Yeah.
Good idea.
See, I don't like how they just left it like the queen still has that water.
Right?
Why not?
Mhm.
Yeah, why not make it that they agree to hand over their hearts as long as she hands over all the water first?
Right?
I mean, do they
Mhm.
ever think about this stuff?
They
No.
clearly did not go to Prisoner Exchange 101.
At first, I thought they were gonna use the heart to control Snowing and make them do bad things.
Yeah, I feel like they were great in the flashbacks. Present day, not so much. I mean, they wouldn't even like hug Emma goodbye just in case they were gonna die.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, I
kind of
don't-
like
As much as I love Snowing, sometimes I have trouble trying to understand what the writers are trying to accomplish with them.
Mhm.
well. That's
Oh,
why
yeah,
I thought.
I mean-
That's why I think they're selfish. They did that. They didn't even like say bye. They're like, I'm gonna die. Accept it, Emma. See ya. As
Well,
long as
they're
we're
great.
together.
They're a great couple, but when it comes to being parents,
They
not
suck.
much.
It's shitty.
I mean, they were gonna
I mean-
hire Zelina as a nanny, and she had no like any credentials at all. It's like, yeah, I'll trust this lady, and we're looking for the Wicked Witch. Hey, I don't know who the hell you are. be my baby's nanny. Like,
She knew Joanna. She name dropped Joanna, so she's good.
And the look on Emma's face when they walked into the clearing to face the evil queen and said that they were ready to die to protect Storybrooke, and the look on her face, she's just like, Mom, Dad, like I was like, why would you? Are you kidding? You're gonna leave her orphaned again, and another child on top of it? What are you thinking?
Oh, but
clearly
don't
like
forget.
See,
You know,
here's
I
the thing.
have a lot of friends who love him.
But here's the thing. This is where Regina needs to step up and go, yo, this is my bad. I fucked up. maybe I should, be the one to be sacrificing themselves.
That's
here.
why I have a problem with this. It's just taking so long for Regina to do anything. She has been completely useless this entire season. She hasn't done anything. She even killed a person with a sword. It's like you.
And let's face it. I mean, there was a very easy way when the evil queen poofed the thingy. Why didn't Regina poof it back? She just stood there. Like,
I know, she didn't do anything.
Like she didn't even make the attempt. Like, I will understand if the evil queen like poops out or something, But no, the evil queen was standing right there with the thing. She didn't even make the movement of magic. Like,
yeah.
I hesitate to even say this because I feel like it would just be some sort of an excuse, but I feel like she separated herself. She's lost her edge. Like in the past, Regina didn't take shit from nobody. If you pissed her off, you were gonna know about it because you were gonna get hurt. Like when Marion suddenly poofed back to life, Regina was ready to tear the town apart, and she was that pissed off. They couldn't even go and try to comfort her because they were afraid she was going to hit them with a fireball. That edge that she had seems to have just evaporated along with whatever darkness was inside of her, because now that she separated herself, it's like she's too afraid to even do anything. She has to get freaking pep talks from Emma just to raise her damn hands. And now you've got these people who are ready to sacrifice their lives on the altar of Queen, and she just stands there like, what do I do? I can't. I can't. I'm like, really? Where did Regina? I don't even like her, but I kind of felt bad. I'm like, where did Regina go?
She's in the evil queen. That's where she went.
Yeah, she's one of the same. Like, that's the thing, that her evil side was the one that had the more powerful voice.
I can't believe I'm actually saying I want to see the badass Regina back for once, and I can't even believe I'm saying that because I don't like Regina, but I kind of miss the badass part of it.
Yeah, I don't like this wishy-washy Regina.
She's become so boring.
Yeah.
At least
because she
Emma
doesn't do anything.
has an excuse. She's been going through these tremors and stuff, so I can understand why she wouldn't be powerful enough to take on evil step granny herself.
Oh god.
Okay, so I have a couple of comments on this. It's going to be stupid. Somebody asked on Twitter to Jane Espenson why Regina did try to poof the sapling back, and she said something like they both have the same power, so the evil queen got a drop on her and it was too late to get it back or something like that. It was kind of really stupid.
Well,
yeah, she said that on Twitter. But if that was the case, at the cemetery, Emma and Regina together could have stopped the evil queen. If it's the same power that both evil queen and Regina have, then they could have immobilized each other and Emma could have stopped her, right?
Yeah, I mean, the whole point was that Emma and Regina were going to try and trap her, and that was the whole point of cleaning out the. So
why didn't they even try? It's so stupid. I just can't.
Because plot twist.
Exactly, it's stupid. You got the whole point of the whole thing. It's just
they wanted to get Snowing cursed because they wanted to show that there are finally consequences from this splitting their heart business. That's
okay. So here's the exact quote. Jane Espenson said, "The evil queen's magic would have exerted a pull back equal to the poof force. You gotta get a jump off."
What is this, a physics class now? It's like,
oh my gosh.
we have to go to physics 101 for Once Upon a Time, apparently. Maybe that's where their physics logic goes in the timeline logic, too, or something.
That's what
shows
fucked up.
Please do not speak like
If you want to learn physics, don't go to Snow's class.
No.
Seriously.
She's talking about birdhouses, and then she's talking about, Newton's law. It's like, what? How did you go from, no.
But I think that the flashbacks brought something back with Snowing I haven't seen in a long time.
Yes.
It was just the magic between them in just that one scene. And I really loved that about season one. I thought they were epic. Now they've just kind of gone a bit downhill. But it was good to see that back, and it did make me feel nostalgic for all the good things that they used to have.
Well, to be
Back in
fair, I don't think that's Snowing's fault. I think that's the writing's fault because the writing has just chosen not to focus on them. I mean, there's plenty of things that we've talked about on this show that they could have focused on with Snowing over the last 3 years, and they've just chosen not to.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
They've chosen to focus on random plot crap of Disney characters that no one cares about.
And it's me. Everyone hates me.
Yeah, and Regina's nonsense that no one cares.
I love how you just knew she was talking about Regina.
Does anybody have anything else about this episode?
No, we'll be to come back and
Like
kill.
the Captain Swan, it was cute. I'm glad that we're never going to see Rom and Flurry kissing than Jesus. And very pumped for the next episode. Overly and Emma adventure doesn't last too long, and they're all going to be more Captain Swan.
Anybody else? Bueller?
No,
Bueller.
will be amazing. We need more Captain Charming and we need a conversation between Snow and Lillian and Emma and Charming because they want. And that's it.
All right,
It was a really good, solid episode. I'll give it that.
Yes.
Just not as good as the other show.
Or Dark Waters.
No.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that stands out is the Captain Swan scene. That's it.
No,
I really like the
flashbacks.
I really like the Snowing flashbacks. And I think it was a well-paced episode and it was well written. I just, there's just plot mechanics that I'm just like, why are we bothering with this?
I'm just going to say it. It totally reminded me of that Simpsons episode where Marge and Homer met as kids.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Why do birds suddenly appear?
I feel like it was another solid season one like episode, which is good because that's something I think that we've been lacking is that character driven, really emotional moments type thing that we haven't really gotten in the last couple of seasons because they've been so heavy on action. The plots for the side characters instead of the mains. So they finally have they said they were going to go back to it. We weren't sure if they were, and it seems like they are. More often than not, they've done really well. Like with 636. This one, it's very like character driven. There's good development. The plot twist gets you worked up, and you feel emotion that you haven't felt in a long time. And for a show that's in its 6th year, that's saying a lot. Because a lot of them at this point start to flatline. Because there's no more that they can do to really inspire you. But somehow they managed to pull it out. Thank you, Queen Jane. I can always depend on Jane to write something really good.
Well, write really good in the context of what Em and Eddie let her write. I still have massive problems with the Firebird flashbacks.
And also, for the first time in a long time, the flashbacks aren't complete shit because they usually are just stuck in there that has nothing to do with the overall plot and just eat up a lot of screen time that can be better used for other things. This time,
well, the flashbacks this season have been good. I have played Monte Cristo ones.
This year they've actually improved like tenfold.
Other than the Monte Cristo, they've all gone with the plot instead of just being Whitney's 5th birthday. But yeah, that's all.
Okay, anybody else? Bueller, going once, going twice. All right, I think that's it. We will talk to you all next week after episode 8. Don't forget to, if you're a member of the advisory panel, go fill out the survey. Submit stuff for our 100th episode. It's 7 episodes from now, people. Get on it. We've got 2. We need some
Like us
more.
on YouTube.
Yeah, subscribe to us on YouTube. Leave comments. All that happy jazz. Talk to you next week. Bye.
Peace
Bye.
out, Captain's Honors.
So I did the survey.